Yep.
Today's victim is, tell him your name.
Taylor Shipley.
Tell him what you do, Taylor.
What do you mean?
Where you college and what you trained to be.
I'm trained to be a production engineer.
Well, he's good, this one. He's one of the best ones I've got on my books at the minute. I only took this one because of his granddad, Kevin. Otherwise, I'm glad I did, because he's really good and he's expected to pass on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did your parents say about your driving skills?
Really good.
He's really good and he's really confident. So he's going to do his very first mock test. If he does well, he's going to look for a cancellation. Have you any questions before we start?
None.
So if he wins today, if he passes, he wins £100. Tell him what you're going to spend it on. I'll put that in there for you.
Yeah.
What are you going to spend it on?
Probably clothes or something.
Oh, he's a bit of a pose. He's like his granddad, this one. Right, have you any questions before we start?
None, no.
Kevin, if you watch this, I would just like to apologise, sir. I'm going to put this one under immense pressure. I'm going to torture him for 40 minutes. He's going to have to work hard to get my money. Right. Can you say that all right?
Yeah.
You're going to be out for 38 to 40 minutes depending on traffic. You're going to take in various traffic road conditions. Put that there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One manoeuvre you practice with your trainer. Possibly the control stop. And you will be driving independently by way of sat-nav signs, where you're going to do sat-nav. And it's going to last about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Throughout the drive, I like you to follow the road ahead at all times, unless you're directed by signs or markings, or unless you can determine, which you will do some good time. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Right, go and show them how you're going to do your beer park. So turn right and reverse into that beer. That middle one, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you. Driver fault number one, Taylor, you've got the observations of a goldfish. You need the observations of an owl. Observations without limits. You should have been looking all around throughout the manoeuvre. You don't look all around till near the end. Had there been anybody come near the car and you'd never seen them, you would have recorded a serious fault there and then. I've seen examiners do it in much busier car parks than this, so you've got to be very careful. More observations are needed. Accuracy, it's parallel, still a pass, but could be closer to the middle. Speed, really good. Apologies, Taylor, I forgot to ask you to tell me a question at the start. Damn, getting too old for this. I forgot to mention, tell him how many lessons you've had. He's had 15 hours with me, but he's had some private practice. He's got his own car. Tell him what you've got.
BMW 1 Series.
Posh, this one, very posh. Right, time to rock and roll. When you're ready, turn right out of here. Driver fault number two, Taylor, you swing wide when you go around this corner. Had there been anything coming from your left, two wheels or four, and you cause them to slow down, then you'd be looking at a serious fault, young man. I would have stopped on the rise and brake and just crawled out, but you need to put your eyes towards the curb. At the end of the road, turn right. to clean up the front windows.
You will arrive at your destination at 12:04 p.m.
Could you pull up close to the next parked car but leave enough for him to move off about the car length? Pull up close and leave enough for him to move off. Thank you. Drive on when you feel ready. Driver fault number 3, Taylor. This is very close to being a serious fault. When he asked you to pull up behind the parked car, you didn't use your mirror signal manoeuvre routine. Was a car behind. You should have told them what you're doing. Didn't really affect them, but still, you need that mirror and signal. So driver fault number 3, close to being a serious fault, Taylor. Driver fault number 4, Taylor. You didn't look over your right shoulder. Now, you told me at the end that you did, so I'm going to run this back for you and watch your head and tell me if you look over your right shoulder. One other thing, Taylor. Don't signal when you can't go anywhere. Another instructors tell you to signal, beg and signal, blah, blah, blah. But look, if these cars are overtaking you, wait till they get past, and then if you need a signal, ask if it'll help or warn somebody, and then put your signal on. If you get a nervous driver come down the road and they suddenly jump on the brakes because you put a signal on and know you weren't going anywhere, but you told them that you were, then they react that the examiner's going to give you a serious fault. Examiners won't mark it if it doesn't affect any of the road users, but don't put the signal on until you're ready to go. The only time I would put a signal on when this car's overtaken, if the bumper to bumper they're only doing about 4 or 5 miles an hour, then if you put the signal on, you can't really slow anybody down. Driver fault number 5, Taylor. Very, very close to being a serious fault again. God, it's borderline this. Yeah, when you've seen the crossing, you can see the crossing from back here and you can see the pedestrian to the right. You should have been checking your middle mirror to see how close the following traffic is, and you should have been scanning both sides within running distance. You leave it very, very late to react. Just before you break, I was just about to duel you. I was ready to duel you there, but you saved yourself. But more scanning and planning, young man. Serious fault number 1 for you, Taylor. Taylor, what you've done wrong here is you've slowed the car down, then you've looked in mirrors very late and then give a signal to pull up. Now, there was a car coming up quite fast close behind and it jumped on the brakes when you started slowing down because it wasn't expecting to slow down. There was nothing to slow it down for. What you should have done was looked in mirrors first of all, then pick your spot and then put your signal on, and then start slowing the car down. But you can't slow down, then look in mirrors and give a late signal, not when there's a car close behind. As I said before, some of these drivers will go straight in the back of you. So remember, Taylor, mirror signal manoeuvre.
I know already, I probably shouldn't have
Thank
done that.
you. Now you drive on when you feel ready. Serious fault number 2 for you, Taylor. Taylor, I have to admit, again, I've never seen this one coming. Dear me, oh. Kevin, if you watch this, I promise you, sir, I've never taught your grandson to pull up on the pavements. I do not know where he's got this from. I was thinking about this one. The only thing I can come up with is this red car's fully parked on the pavement. And I think that's the only reason he's done it for him. Taylor will be able to tell you because I don't know. He needs to go and see a doctor for this one. Yeah, Taylor, it's illegal to pull up on the pavements unless signs tell you otherwise. What I would have done, Taylor, was just gone round the bend because there was a bus stop there also. Just gone round the bend and then just pull up on the left. Loads of place around the corner. But Taylor, don't pull up on the pavements. The only time I see this one happening is with travellers, or you get like people who work on building sites and they just lob them vans up anywhere. So Taylor, please don't park on the pavements.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A690, Neville's Crossbank.
Driver fault number 6, Taylor. Taylor, when we drove to the test centre, you signal right when going straight ahead at a roundabout. I says, Taylor, we don't signal right when going straight ahead at a roundabout, whether it's the left lane or the right. Now, what do? You put a signal on for right. Now, if other drivers, you stop other drivers entering the roundabout because they think you're turn right, you're going to pick up a serious fault for this one. So don't signal right when going straight ahead from the right lane.
After 300 yards, turn left, A167, Newcastle Road.
Driver fault number 7, Taylor, you leave it very late to come back to the left. Taylor, now you know when you drive a car, you're supposed to keep the car to the left at all times unless you are turned right, overtaken, or road markings tell you otherwise. You should have moved over straight after this black Audi. Just quick glance mirror, just drifted over the left. But what you do is you drive up in the right-hand lane and leave it very late to come back to the left. You're very lucky there's nobody coming up the left-hand side of you. I've seen eager beavers like motorbikes come up there or the cars. But even the sat-nav said in 300 yards, turn left, so you should have just been coming back to the left after this parked car.
Turn left. After 4 400 yards, go right on the roundabout, and take the 4th exit, A691, Southfield Way.
Taylor, I feel a bit sorry for you now here. I'm going to give you a bit of praise. I told you I'd put you through the washing machine, didn't I? Now, approaching this roundabout, Taylor, it's as smooth and as silky as you're going to get. Shreya, if you're watching, this is smooth as butter. He really is a good, skillful driver. The mirror work on approach, the timing of the signal, the footwork is just poetry in motion. But Taylor, you need to use some of them neurons in that brain of yours. But lovely approach on the roundabout. I could have fell asleep watching you at this roundabout. It was that good. I would pay my learners to drive like this.
Go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit. Take the exit, A691, Southfield Way. After 300 yards, go right on the round.
Taylor, when driving one's car, I need you to look at the near, middle and far distance. I need you to scan left-hand side and right-hand sides of the pavements. I think you've missed this sign. Can you see this sign here? It says you can go to Durham from either lane. Now you know when you have the choice of lanes to reach your destination, it's safer and easier to pick the left so we don't have to change lanes. Now you've done nothing wrong. You would not be marked on the driving test, but it's just safer and easier to go around the roundabout. Now when you leave the roundabout, you might get a bit of traffic cutting you up on the left-hand side. If that happens, I'd expect you to come back round the roundabout, leave in the right lane, put your foot on, get back to the left, or just slow down, let them get past. But if I was come down here, I'd be clocking the sign and I'd be picking the left lane because it's just more easy and simple and safer for you.
About and take the 3rd exit, A691, Famwellgate, Peth. Go right on the roundabout and take the 3rd exit.
Driver fault number 8, Taylor, when you leave a roundabout and you've got 2 lanes clear, you've got to leave in the right, you're expected to leave in the left lane. You leave in the right lane, but then you do get back up the left. So had you continued on in the right lane, I would have given you a serious fault. Only time to leave in the right if the left lane's blocked or somebody's cutting you up, or if the examiner want you to turn right at the roundabout and then said take the next immediate road to the right, then I'd leave in the right lane. But when you leave a roundabout and you have 2 lanes clear, you're expected to leave in the left lane.
After 200 yards, turn left, Elvis Hill
You
Road.
on the left road, just pull it here. Driver fault number 9, Taylor, you hit the curb. Why do you learners always wait to do your mock test to hit the curb and take a chunk out of my wheel? Driver, when you're ready. Driver fault number 10, Taylor, you didn't look over your right shoulder. Now one more of them, young man, and you are toast. Taylor, I've just been editing this video and I've been watching you drive all the way through the city centre and the busy roundabouts, the lasers bowl, the traffic lights, the zebra crossings when people are walking out in front. You've done all the hard stuff easy. You've made it look easy, yet we're just getting the basic stuff wrong.
Take the next left.
Turn left, Elvis Hill Road.
At the traffic lights, turn left.
Driver fault number 11, Taylor, shame on you. No mirrors before indicating left. You should have been checking to see if it was safe to give a signal. Taylor, when you can only go one way at the junction, the examiner will not tell you where to go. He'd expect you to read the signs and markings. You're not getting marked for this, but just read the signs. You can clearly see that it says no right turn.
Oh, yeah.
At the roundabout, follow the road ahead. Could you pull up in a convenient place on the left, please?
Serious fault number 3 for you, Taylor. Taylor, what are you doing? You plonker, you douchebag, what are you doing? Yeah, where have you getting this from? Why you keep pulling them on the pavements for? Oh dear me. Taylor, the examiner wouldn't mark this again. He'll just look at you and... That's right. The examiner won't mark this again, but he'll just... he'll mention at the end, once you've recorded a serious fault in one box, he won't record it again but once. Where are we getting this from?
Dude, have I ever asked you ever to pull up on the pavements?
No,
No. Why are you pulling up on the pavements for?
I don't know.
It's illegal. Drive on when you're ready.
Serious fault number 4 for you, Taylor. Taylor, apologies for laughing. I like to have a laugh every now and again. Right, yeah, you're not looking over your shoulder, mate. You need to check your blind spot. This is the 3rd time you've missed it. It's become an habitual fault and the examiner will record a serious fault on your DL25.
Take the next road to the right.
Driver fault number 12, Taylor. Goes down to undue hesitation. I love how you get into these hatch markings, Taylor, because I had a pupil fail here a few months ago. Didn't position the car properly, stopped the traffic from behind getting up the left-hand side, and they got a serious fault. You have dropped the car into the hatch markings, which is great. But Taylor, do you see that red car come towards you? It looks like you were looking through a telescope there. You had loads of time to go around. And check out the dude to the left. He just casually walks across the road. You should have been going here, young man.
And just pull up on the left for an inconvenient place. Oh dear, what are you doing?
I know.
Cancel pudding. Oh. Rest them videos. Do you know what it is? I was telling all my pupils, I said, I've got my top man in for this mock test. He's going to show you how to smash it. Explain. Go on. Have you passed the field?
I already know, Phil.
What for?
Parking on the curb.
Why did you do that for?
I don't know, because I just thought it was a busy road and
And just pull up on, it's illegal to pull up on the pavements. Twice he'd done it, so the examiner wouldn't mark it twice. He'd mentioned it, but he just mentioned it once. It's illegal. Right, 4 serious faults. First one, pulling up on the curb, but you've done that twice. You'll only mark that as one. Next one, when I asked you to pull up left, what's the first thing you've got to do?
check your mirrors.
Yeah, well, you slowed right down. There's a car close behind, then you just mounted the pavement.
Yeah.
So you rushed that. I don't know, what were you thinking?
It's because I was looking for like a good place to pull up and
Well, when I asked you to pull up, what's the first thing you should have done?
indicated.
Check mirrors.
Then,
You should have checked mirrors, and then you should have said, right, I'm just going to pull up round the bend because there's a bus stop there. Get round the bend, just pull up on the left.
Yeah.
But you just rushed it. I told you, Russians for Russians. And the last one, where'd you look before you move off?
all around you.
Well, go a little bit more detail. Where do you mean all around you?
Like all your mirrors.
And where else?
Over your shoulder.
Did you look over your shoulder?
Whereabouts?
Every time I pulled you in. So it's become an habitual fault. You've done it 3 times. They normally give you a serious, well, they do give you a serious fault for that, yeah? So you've got to check over your shoulder. Don't show Kevin this, he'll slap me if I ever see him again, yeah? Dear me. Go on, off you go. We're pushed for time. Oh, Till, I'm disappointed. You're sacked. Well, hang on a minute, turn the camera.